One element we're absolutely keeping this year is the interactive style of each workshop. So students brought along pencils and paper, mini whiteboards, so they could join in as each author was working. So the author would give an idea or a skill or talk them through a challenge, and the kids could actually be part of that. And we got amazing feedback from teachers about that element. The other aspect of each workshop we will definitely be including is the fact we had illustrator James Foley drawing, brainstorming, visualising what each author was talking about as the workshop went along. That was really great. It was great for me as I was presenting, so I could see that, but absolutely integral for the kids in the class who need to be able to see what's going on. So it was just a really amazing part. James Foley got his own little fan club as the week went along, and teachers and students really appreciated, I think, the work he was doing. We're also making sure that each workshop really teaches a specific skill. So yes, it's great to hear from your favourite author and see their modelling skills and hearing about their writing skills. But what we think is really important is that teachers and students get to walk away having experienced, learnt about, practiced a specific writing skill. So it might be that we're looking at alliteration, it might be developing a character for a story, it might be writing dialogue in your story. But the challenge from each workshop is based around that one skill. So teachers can then really continue with that work if they're wanting to after the workshop. Now, we spoke a lot with teachers following the 2020 festival, and it was really great to hear everybody's feedback and what really worked for them. And there's a couple of things that was quite consistent within the feedback that's led to some changes for this year's festival. One of the main changes is providing a flow between each workshop throughout the week. So last year, every workshop was a standalone workshop. The students came the next day, were part of it, interactive, writing, joining in, but it was its own workshop. And what teachers are asking for is that there's some kind of thread throughout the week so that if they're wanting to, by the end of the week, the students could write a complete piece of writing. So we're working that in this year. So for example, you might start the week with a session with an author on generating ideas for a narrative. Tuesday, you're going to bring those ideas you've come up with and you're going to create the landscape or the setting for the story and work with an author through some of those ideas. Then on the Wednesday, bring your ideas, bring your setting, now let's create the character. So it'll be with a different author, but there will be a flow of the actual writing skills and topics that students and teachers can engage with throughout the week. And then one other feature that we're changing slightly is there's a lot of feedback from teachers of younger students saying that 45 minutes is a very long time for them to sit. So the first workshop each day, which is the morning session, will still be 40 to 45 minutes long, but we will have a very clear stop at 25 minutes where any teachers who are wanting to stop the workshop, then take their students away, can do. For teachers who are wanting to carry on, there'll still be the extra 15 minutes, but there'll be that point where teachers of younger students can stop. So they're really two main features that we've changed, which we really think will further improve the festival and make sure that everyone can really fully engage and enjoy the experience. So teachers get access to a whole bank of resources based on the live event that you can access for the whole of semester 2. Now, the full recording of each workshop is available for 4 weeks within the Littlescribe platform, and every writing challenge that the author sets will be presented as a downloadable resource for you to use in the classroom. Then what our amazing team does is take each of the full workshop and break it up into micro videos. So we'll pull out each teaching skill, which teaching point. So the videos will be about 3 to 5 minutes long that you can then build your lesson around. We then create lesson plans and writing activities that are just referenced in that short video. So if we just take one author, you then get up to 5 or 6 short videos and lessons and writing activities just for that one author's workshop. Multiply that by 15 and you've got a whole world of resources to take you right through to the end of term 4. There's also obviously the option to share students' work. So anything they can create in response to the Mini-Writing Festival or any work that comes following that, we want to see it and we want to give students an audience for their work. We want people to read what they're writing. So we invite everybody to share their work on the Story Starter wall so that that journey can continue. You can then obviously also use that as a resource in the classroom, because teachers and students can go onto the Story Starter wall and get the idea for their next story. So really good way to continue that and continue the sharing and the connection aspect of the festival. My funniest moment has to be when Oliver Pomervan came ready for his workshop, and he sat down next to me and he was presenting a workshop to younger students on writing a story about a dinosaur, and he put his hands up and he had huge dinosaur claws on his hands, and that just set the tone for the whole workshop. Oh, this is a very difficult question to answer. I'm excited about all 15 authors and illustrators that we're working with this year. A couple of ones I think that I am really looking forward to, that I'm a bit intrigued by. Tristan Banks is going to be presenting a session for students on including humour in their stories and writing funny stories. And I think as a teacher of many years and a teacher of mainly years 3 to 6, I think adding that element of humour into writing is really going to help engage even reluctant writers to get on board and allow their humour to come through in their writing. Choosing one workshop to be a highlight is really difficult. So I'm going to say that my overall highlight was seeing kids holding up the writing they'd done in response to working with an author, when we literally zoomed around the whole country and saw what kids could create. That connection was definitely my highlight.